Christians, they've won the last 3. So, Bulldogs will take it. And we are ready to go. So this is the starting 5 for Mississippi State. Josh Hubbard, as you mentioned before, he is their leading scorer, goes for 18 a game. It's the big man underneath that gets things started with a throwdown. Once again, Carter leads the way, goes for 17 per game. Victorious Miller went for the latest, a near 40-point loss. It was an arduous one the other night against Alabama, and they have scored twice now inside. Personal, and then decided otherwise once they went to the monitor. And so Givens will get possession. So that's a nice...
Oh, Collins double dribbled, didn't he?
Instead, they get a break there, and Jai Bailey scores it at the rim.
You know, Matt McMahon talked to us about the change to the 4-guard lineup.
And so again, the quad 1 victories, what does that indicate? Simply put, teams that are in that quadrant 1 category. It's funny, ironically enough, they're all SEC teams, by the way, the top 5. That makes sense this season.
And speaking of that, conference strength of schedule is a thing. It's on everybody's nitty-gritty sheet. And I've got to tell you that how good and how historic this season has been for the league.
In case anybody forgot, there's 16 teams in the league. That's all of them. Matthews, he is already...
You need some assists. How about some steals? You need that? I'll get them for you.
I always like that one. There's a steal and a run out. Hubbard with the finger roll.
I think LSU's shot selection has been really good here in the early going.
Melendez falls down. There's a little opening here for Bailey. That's a nifty reverse at the rim. And in that 4-guard unit for LSU sits down. Meanwhile, Melendez at the line, and he hits them both. So Delquan Warren gets some early minutes. The freshman finds Harris. Harris pulls up, rises, and connects. They have had the lead for the majority of the opening minutes. Williams now 0 of 3 from the field.
Now that's one you've got to make. Your floater game.
Great pass. Now there goes Keyshawn Murphy with the flush. We've got to come bail him out here. 10 seconds to shoot. Carter has got the 9 early points. Warren trying to knock it away. This is Carter.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
How creative. Of 63 shots from deep entering today.
Yeah, the sophomore from Baltimore, 0 of 3 from distance, though, this afternoon. So a little choppy start to this one in Starkville. Oh, Nwoko says, yeah, let me change that.
Watch this pivot. And then explosion.
17 all. Past the midway mark in the half, and there's Williams, puts it up and in, plus the foul. You know, Matt McMahon talks about that on a weekly basis. When you founding teams in the country, you have got to be strong. You've got to
called the NBA. And I'm not so sure that the NBA is less physical than the Southeastern Conference this year.
Yeah. Now that one was in traffic. That's a couple of times Williams has missed one right at the rim. Hubbard trying to go back to work. Josh Hubbard showing the athleticism.
But nobody rotated over defensively.
So 21 all as we push deeper in the first half. Mississippi State on the verge of a 3rd straight 20-win season. They love to take care of business at home today. Going overtime. And I think that there will be a lot that gets sorted out. And then we will suss out the seeding for the SEC tournament next week in Nashville.
I think in terms of the NCAA tournament,
Carter has another one that falls through. He's got 13.
Little floater game, played off 2 feet, took what the defense gave you.
Another win today. They're looking for a regular season title. Carter is going to have an easy throwdown. And so where his career started in this building. You're not kidding. But it's just the right shot. You talked about how selective he is. 15, but on 6 of 8 shooting.
Right. Very efficient shooter.
Google, contested 3, and he knocks it down.
I was starting to say earlier in the half that
game. So can a couple of them give you that scoring pop? But also get the work done on this end. Derek Fountain throws one in. Yes. We hadn't saw him since. He had missed 4 in a row. Mississippi native playing in his home state with 3 to shoot. There's a difficult turnaround. Josh Hubbard throws that one in. After the Sears miss, who wants it on the ground? Bailey comes away with it. Carter is open and cashes in. On the network, Tennessee hosts Georgia. Then the top-ranked Longhorn both win tomorrow early afternoon. Hubbard nearly took it away from Collins. Shot clock does not reset. Fountain has it. Fountain's got to do something with it. Sears improvising. Sears banks it in. Sears now has 6, so a solid first half for Sears, whose minutes were kind of up and down the last few games. Jones hesitated. Jones's 3 does fall through.
On the season.
And that is just the second triple for Mississippi State. That's it. Sears, a little pocket pass to Collins. Can he convert? Yes, from 15.
Who says the mid-range doesn't play a role anymore?
First half, they trail by 5 inside their own building. Kugel has hit 1 triple. Pump fake, 1 dribble. There it is, and hits it. Pass into the front court. Sears has it. He could let this one fly here. He does. He was way off. And LSU ultimately does take the lead in what would be the 11th 20-point game of his season. It's been a prolific year. Fountain passes up the open 3. This is Derek Fountain. Wow. Throws it in. Getting a whole bunch of minutes and starting this second half on the floor in the absence of Corey Chest, who is out today with a foot issue. Melendez knocks down the 3
from deep and has really struggled in his last 3, but shot that with a lot of confidence.
So Kugel has hit a couple of 3s. There's Melendez with 1. Those complimentary scorers you've mentioned have made some big buckets.
Don't you feel like Carter feels like he can get whatever he wants?
Sometimes it feels like this guy can as well. So Hubbard with 12, make it 13. Remember, he's the only...
But in an interesting twist this year, Mississippi State in league play, Kevin, just 3 and 4 at home. But they've been great on the road. They're 4 and 4.
Givens wants 3. Collins follows.
This year than ever before, and it's all about the angle of the closeout. You cannot close out at a shooter. You have to close out by a shooter.
And immediately after that one, and he was signaling, well, maybe it was kind of signaling by swinging his right leg. Did Hubbard kick the leg out? Chris Jans and his staff so complimentary about the growth for Josh Hubbard in his sophomore season. The Madison, Mississippi native. So these two playing a tightly contested one in Starkville, and we are knotted up at 44 once more. Instead, Mississippi State quickly into the front court. Hubbard now guarded by Carter. Jones Jr. just blows by his man, and the throwdown. Picks up the dribble, looking for someone to bail him out. Carter's got to be careful. Wow, right on the edge there of the strike. Williams puts it up, finally connects from distance. I like as if they go 2-0 to close out the year.
Correct.
Now, meanwhile, Ole Miss, another 20-win season under Chris Beard. Riley Kugel did. That would have been his 3rd block. Hubbard now off the screen. Hubbard lob it up to Murphy. Nicely done. He was so patient and crafty there after. Murphy had the double-double in the Alabama loss. He contests this shot. Williams buries the 3. How about in the early goings of the second?
The genesis of all road upsets starts and ends at the 3-point line.
Hubbard for 3. Right now, Arkansas. What's going to happen to the Hogs? And that is the 4th foul on Melendez. So Cam Matthews checks back in. Bailey, baseline drive, another nifty reverse. Where Kugel isn't working around, he'll take it himself. Kugel to the basket. LSU, where does it go offensively? Sears got smothered near the rim. Hubbard left open, puts in the 3.
Look at all the attention Carter draws.
No kidding, they are blanketed all over him. Matthews finally retreats back to his man. There's only 3 seconds though on the shot clock. Fountain with half a second. Derek Fountain throws it in. The shot clock Did not reset, but still plenty of time. Harris, wing three.
I love
knocks it in.
I love it. Keep shooting when it's your moment on offense.
Sears improvising. Looking for a cutter. This is Bailey. Back out to Carter. This is a wide open look, and Carter's not going to miss that one in the SEC tournament. But their resume is strong enough. That's why they're viewed right now as a very likely lock for the NCAA tournament. Now it's a matter of just what's your seeding going to be. Hubbard pulls up and hits it.
Elevation, he shoots the ball at a spot for a guy 6'2 or 6'3.
That's impressive. Matthews just barrels right through.
Today, on the season, he had 94 assists, 31 turnovers. You'll take 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio from any.
Has been the hardest worker since he has arrived ahead of his rookie season last year. He's dealt with a lot of injuries in his career. Bailey leaves it off for Collins. Collins goes up, throws it down, and the foul. And they could get it back to a 10-point game here.
And one opportunity. And trying to be vertical. But there's no question Nwoko knocked Collins off his spot. Cut into the deficit at the free throw line.
So that is a quick 5-0 bird. 4 to shoot. Murphy recognizes it. Murphy goes up. Keyshawn Murphy, give it to him.
That has led to him being more confident on the offensive end.
The breakout year for Murphy continues, and that is a big-time three for on the bench right now. And Sears lost it. Up ahead to Kugel. Little showtime. Riley Kugel.
But it won't matter if they can't come up with a couple of stops on the other end.
Give it. Remember, LSU led at the break. They've since fallen behind. Murphy, wow, that was quick. 10-point lead with 2 to play.
What a wonderful play by Matthews, who has such great court awareness. Found this guy shoot the three.
And Matthews of this Bulldogs team, when that gets going a little more than a week. They're trying to just take care of business and finish the job this afternoon. Hubbard, well, 30-point game for Hubbard. This 30-point game, and Mississippi State is, I think, all but likely now that they would, was that a 1-and-1, so no one realized it, myself included. And so Matthews gets the easiest. They got 2 games left. They'll play Texas here to close out the home schedule on Tuesday.
No.
And then at Arkansas.
I thought he was going to make that.
Well, they let the clock run, and so it is a final. Mississippi State 81, LSU 69. Third straight 20-win season for the first time in 20 years.
Mississippi State was much cleaner in terms of turnovers. And what can you say about Josh Hubbard?